Hey everybody, Amber here. I'm excited to be doing this week's Be Free Friday. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm excited to be talking to you this week about being followers. I actually decided to make this week's Be Free Friday about being followers before I remembered that our podcast episode that launched on Monday was about being followers. It was about hearing from God, and I totally forgot about that. So it worked out really good that we're talking about this week. The reason why I wanted to talk about hearing from God and being a follower is just because it's where I'm at in life right now. I don't know about you, but I've just been really thirsty to hear God in a new way and just experience His presence a little bit differently in my life. It's not like I'm not in a bad place or anything like that, but it's just kind of a longing for a little bit deeper relationship and freshness and newness to my relationship with Him and how I hear Him. And I read this verse this week that was really cool and really convicting at the same time. I'm going to read it to you. It's Isaiah 30:20 through 23, and this is the NASB. And it says, "Although the Lord has given you bread of provision and water of oppression, He, your teacher, will no longer hide Himself, but your eyes will behold your teacher, your ears will hear a word behind you. This is the way, walk in it. Whenever you turn to the right or to the left, and you will defile your graven images overladen with silver, and your molten images plated with gold. You will scatter them as an impure thing, and say to them, 'Begone.' Then He will give you rain for the seed which you will sow in the ground, and bread from the yield of the ground, and it will be rich and plenteous." And sorry, I don't know what that word is. "And on that day your livestock will graze in a roomy pasture." I know that's kind of long, but the reason why that verse stuck out to me is because it's talking about hearing the voice of God behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." But it's also talking about letting go of some stuff, about getting rid of your idols. And I think that we all have some idols in our lives that the Lord is calling us to lay down in order to hear from Him. And we talked about this in our Facebook group, the Be Together group, this week, about how there's a chance if you're not hearing from God and if you feel like there's kind of something standing in the way of you hearing from Him, maybe that's because maybe there's some idols that the Lord is calling you to lay down before you're able to move forward spiritually and in your walk with Him. And then this morning, actually, I read this verse in Psalm 27:14, and it says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Yes, wait for the Lord." And we're studying courage with the kids this month at my church. And courage, we've defined it as being brave enough to do the right thing even when you're afraid. And I think that waiting on the Lord and trusting in Him to take care of you sometimes takes a lot of courage. And I think that laying down those idols and trusting that the Lord is going to bless you and honor that when you lay down whatever that security blanket is, He takes courage. It takes courage to lay that down. And I think that even fear can be an idol for us. I think that a lot of us I don't know, we just kind of bow to the altar of our fears instead of laying our fears on the altar of Christ. And so I want to encourage you this week to identify what idols are standing in the way of you hearing from God in a deeper, more intimate way. I'm doing that in my own life this week, and we've been talking about it in our Be Together community group. And I just want to encourage you to identify what is that in your life. And maybe for you, that is fear. A few people actually talked about that this week, and I think it's more common than we realize that we hold fear up to a higher position in our life than it should be. And so that's it. That's this week's Be Free Friday. Be a follower. Listen to the podcast episode this week. You'll get some great insight from Monica and Sarah, too, about this topic. I really encourage you to go check it out. And as always, you can watch this video on Facebook, or you can listen to it on iTunes. If you are listening to it on iTunes, we would love to encourage you to head over and give us a review. I don't know if you've done this or not, but it really helps us to move up in the rankings and help people to find our podcast if we get more ratings and reviews. So give us a review. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys soon. Bye.